Morning. We are live for the first time in a couple of weeks. I'm so excited to be back here talking to you. We are coming live from our RV. I don't know that any of you, and I know my patrons know, but I don't think my people who are on YouTube know that we have decided to go back to full-time RVing. So excited. And we're still in the midst, so we still have stuff to move from our home to the RV, but not too much more because it won't hold too much more. It's amazing what what you can accumulate in 2 years in a place when you have more room. Because we were for 3 years before that we were full timing as an RVer. But I'm still here to help you with your home or your RV or whatever it is you're trying to keep clean and organized. I'll be happy to help you with that. Lindsay Reed says, "Good morning, Kat." Hi, Lindsay, one of my patrons. Um, While I'm waiting for you to come in, I will share with you that my Patreon channel is $6.50 a month US, and you get 5 videos a week, Monday through Friday. On each video, I will tell you what we're doing that day. This past week, we've been really focusing on summer fun and our bucket list, but most of the time we talk about rituals, we talk about basic weekly plan, which I now call your weekly habits. Rituals are the same thing as I don't know. Anyway, that I've called them rituals for so long I can't remember what I used to call them. And then our zone work is what I call areas of focus. So we'll be talking about that every day so you know what you have to do. For example, if you were on there today, you would hear that today is Wednesday. It is planning and desk day. We are working in our bedroom and we're doing our morning ritual, our after dinner ritual, our before bed ritual, our before bed ritual number 2, and our 3 clutter stops a day, and laundry if that's not part of your morning ritual. So that's what we would talk about a little bit. But today we're talking about bucket lists. So I'm so excited because my my patrons have been sending me their bucket lists, and it's awesome. Good morning from Chicago. Hi, Sandra Lutz. I love Chicago. I probably told you that before, that I had when I was in my corporate job, I had to go fly to Chicago all the time and see my corporate client on Downing Street. So it was fun. I think it was called Downing Street. It's right there on the water. Anyway, it was fun. And sometimes we had to go to Downers Grove because they had a place there. Hi, Amanda B. Good morning. Mr. B's on here too. Happy Live Day, everyone. So happy to have everyone on here. Rachel, good morning, Rachel. Is that right? Yeah, that's Rachel. My glasses are dirty. Whoops. Let me clean them. And I'm sorry about the purpley lights on my glasses. I think it's the blue blockers. I don't think I'm going to get those put on them next time. I don't need them. All right. Hi, Candace. Good morning, Kat and Mr. B. So happy to have Candace on here too. She's also one of my patrons. Amanda B, Sandra Lutz, Kathy Thomas. Hi, Kathy. Nice to have you back. She said morning. Good morning, Kat and Mr. B. Nelline is here. Nelline Michaud. Michaud. How do you pronounce your last name, Nelline? Hi, Kat. Good to see you live. Thank you. Katie's here. Good morning. Love the RV. Thank you. Good morning. And that was Lindsay. Okay, let me make sure that I'm in live chat, not top chat, so I don't miss anyone. Y'all are popping on here. I'm so oh, it makes me so happy to see you again. I've been missing you. All of you. Mary Sellers said, good morning, Kat and Mr. B. Roll Tide. I love a football girl. I do. Okay. So welcome to my chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. And today we can talk about whatever you please because I haven't talked to you in so long. I'm here to see what you need. I know it's summer. I know our teachers are out. I know I still have people who are full-time employees who are payroll who probably aren't able to see this, or maybe you're sneaking and seeing it on your break, or maybe it's early enough where you live, you can watch it before. But I'm here to answer your questions, comments, and concerns today. And we can talk about bucket lists. That's what we've been doing on our Patreon channel. I love having a bucket list for summer. I think Lindsay gave me some more ideas today when I got her bucket list. One of them was a drive-in movie, but we don't have any drive-in movies here. I thought that was a great thing to put on the bucket list. I would Maybe we'll find one when we're traveling. That will be a fun thing to do. Candace V, we're celebrating our 42nd wedding anniversary today. Have a nice day planned. Swapped my free day for today. Excellent. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Yay, 42 years. That's very few people make it to 42 years. So congratulations on 42 happy years together. Let's see what we've got here. So that's Candace. Roll Tide. That's Mr. B.
Live chat?
Yeah, I'm on live chat. Alden is here. Good morning, Alden. How are you this morning? Let me make sure I haven't missed anybody. Nope, I've gotten every single person I've talked to. Yay. Okay. Lindsay said, oh yes, we're going to have a we'll have to drive an hour to the nearest one as they have closed most of them in Southern California. I think they still might have one in Alabama, but I'm not sure. And we do have to go to Alabama. Probably not going to make it to a drive-in movie, but I would love to. We have such good memories of that when we were children. Mama and my aunt used to take us sometimes, and we'd pile all 7 kids in a station wagon, and they would pop a big thing of popcorn and bring Kool-Aid, and that's what we had when our parents were on a budget. When Daddy took us, he spent money like crazy. We would go to the stand and get hot dogs on a stick is what we called them, corn dogs, and milk duds and Coke and popcorn. It was crazy. I don't know how we went to sleep. Katie said, at Candace, happy anniversary. My husband and I just celebrated 4 years of marriage. Hopefully we'll make it to 42. You will. Congratulations for your 4 years, Katie. Larry and I have been married 48 years. This January will be 49 for us. So we're all in that club of staying married. All right. So questions, comments, and concerns. Do you have, I'll just, ask some questions. You don't have to answer these. You can send out something else if you want to say it. But do you have a bucket list? I wish that I had access to my phone, but I'm recording on my phone, and I would look and see all the different things that people have said. They're wonderful. They have great plans for the summer, and I'm excited for them. And it's not giant things, it's little things. It's the little wonderful things like going to the drive-in. Thanks, Katie, Candace said. I love you guys. You're so sweet to each other. Have a drink of water. Today is planning and desk day. I make this on Wednesday, planning and desk day. And so it's time to plan in your planner. And for me, that means going to July and planning out the first week of July. And so I've got my to-dos written down. I've got my rituals written down, my laundry, what I'm going to do on what day, my weekly, my living area. I'll show you. So I've got a doctor's appointment here. And right here, these are my rituals. It says AM, AD, BB1, BB2, CS3. That stands for morning, after dinner, before bed 1, before bed 2, and clutter stop 3 times. This is laundry, my sheets on Monday, my towels on Tuesday, my darks, that will be Mr. B's, on Wednesday, my darks on Thursday, and our lights on Friday. That's my plan for laundry. And over here, I've got the weekly things, the quick clean on Monday, free day on Tuesday, planning and desk day on Wednesday, errand day on Thursday, car and purse on Friday, fun on Saturday, and holy day on Sunday. And then I've got my living area. I'm going to wipe down the recliners. These are recliners that I'm sitting in. There's 2 of them. I'm going to wipe those down with leather cleaner. And then I'm going to wipe down the other couch with leather cleaner the next day. And then I'm going to wipe down the driver's seat with leather cleaner the next day. And then the passenger seat up in the front on the next day. And that'll take care of the living area because it's not cluttered. It's just, you have to do certain things like treat the leather. So it's not real leather, but it's the kind of leather that you still have to treat. Okay. I know somebody said something because it popped up there. It was Alden, trying to balance 2 homes, found mom's cancer has spread to her lymph nodes. I'm sorry. And I have a family of 4. When I'm at mom's, it's her and my grandma with dementia and Parkinson's. Any tips? Thank you. Yeah. So your mom Is she taking care of your grandma with dementia while you're not there with the Parkinson's, or are they taking care of each other? That's number one. What kind of care are they getting, so that when you get there, I know kind of what you have to deal with. My sisters and I took care of two parents, one that had dementia and one that had severe heart disease, and we took care of them until their death. And we spent 24/7 there. So it was my two sisters and I. So the three of us would spend 2 or 3 days at a time. So if you're doing this all by yourself, trying to balance the homes, is there no other family member helping you? Or do you have any hospice care? They can bathe them, at least where I live in Florida, that hospice can bathe them, can make sure their meds are delivered to the home so you don't have to go to the store and get their meds. We'll make sure the doctor comes to the home so you don't have to go take them to the doctor. But it depends. You have to have a hospice look at them. And a nurse comes once a week, a caretaker comes 3 times a week, the head nurse comes once a month, and there's even a social worker who comes. They're trying to take care of each other. Mom had surgery from a lobectomy. My sisters don't want anything to do with it. And you can't be mad at them, because it's not, everybody can't do this work. It's very difficult. And I'm going to tell you that I'm telling my children, don't do this for me. Don't do this for me. Put me someplace, but don't take care of me. I want you to visit me and love on me. I don't want you to take care of me, because it's a very difficult job. So I will pray for you, because I know it's difficult. If they're taking care of each other right now, I would recommend hospice, but I know that it's different in different states. One of my new Patreon members is a hospice nurse, and where she is, and I can't remember her state, but it's a lot like it is in Florida. They do the same things, and they bring all the supplies you need. They give hospital beds, side toilets, the little potties that go by the bed if you need them. They'll come, and if somebody needs to be anything they need, they take care of. And it's wonderful. And then when the time does come, they're there to support you. And they are really for you. They give you so much support. They're also lovely to the patients. So just something you might want to check into. Mama had hospice care for 4 or 5 years. She didn't get better, so they kept coming. Dad had dementia, and his dementia progressed. He had Alzheimer's, and they kept him. I'll definitely look into that. It's a lot for one person. Thank you so much. You're welcome. The one thing that I will say that you should do in their house, once you get them settled, is do a quick clean. Don't do a deep clean. Just do a quick clean. If you can afford it, I would hire somebody to come deep clean it for you, maybe even once a month. But I would just do a quick clean. You've got to keep all their supplies organized, because medications are difficult. You need to know that you're giving everybody the right thing. I recommend, and you probably already are using them, the little containers that say what time of day and what to take. There is a company that you can get that will deliver the medication to the door, and it comes in tape of little packets, and the packets contain all the medication for each time of day for each person. And I found that to be the most helpful. Although medications do change, and occasionally you'll have an odd one that you have to add to it, but it made it so much easier for us. Unfortunately, I can't remember the name of it, but you can look it up. Company that provides pre-packaged medication, and it was taken care of by my parents. I know Alden. It was taken care of by their Medicare and then their supplemental insurance. So and they did have to pay. They had some very expensive medications. Like my mother was on Eliquis. That's super expensive. So we did have to pay sometimes. Okay. So anyway, I know that's a lot of personal information, but I know it's the kind of stuff you need to hear when you're taking care of somebody. So that's what I recommend you do. Just a quick clean. Make sure that they're clean and they're comfortable, and that you love all over them, and that you remind the one with dementia that you're keeping her safe. That's what I would tell my dad. Dad, I love you. I'm keeping you safe, because he would want to go ride on his lawnmower, and he would want to drive the car or get a golf cart, and would have to keep him off of those things. So I would pat him on his chest, and I would kiss him on his forehead, and I would say, Daddy, I'm keeping you safe. And that made him calm down. He was also on, hospice gave him some kind of, through the doctor, gave him some kind of uh, antidepressant, which made him so lovely. He was a tough guy before that, and I thought it was going to be really hard to take care of him, and he was super easy to take care of. So that's what I would say. Okay. All right. Sorry about that long aside, but it's super important that Alden gets support in this area because this is really difficult, but it can also be really lovely, and it is a blessing. And it's frustrating because you miss a lot of your own personal life and you're trying to take care of your own home. I would say stay scheduled on both of them. You need a tight schedule of what you're going to do when. Okay? All right. Yeah, she gets frustrated not being able to do everything. Yeah, she does. Bless her. And the other thing is with a person with dementias, don't say, don't you remember? That frustrates them. Just act like that's the first time they ask that question and answer it every time. Okay, thank you. Sorry for monopolizing the time, but incredibly helpful. You're very welcome, and don't feel that you monopolized anybody's time. I made the choice to answer those questions. Good day, Kat. Hey, Bobby loves to thrift. I haven't talked to you in a while. Anyone else have any questions about how to manage your home or how to handle a vacation? You know, that's sometimes hard for people. When to pack, when to unpack. In fact, I'll probably go ahead and just tell you that. Any chemist will do blister packs for meds. Oh, I didn't know that, Tina Ann Vise. Good to know. That would be lovely. It's like a pharmacist, is that what you mean? I'm assuming you're in England because chemist is a word that we say pharmacist, usually. I mean, we have chemists, but they work in labs. Okay, yes, okay. So we can ask if they'll do blister packs. We can always ask. But I know this is a company that, and I had never heard of it, so it sure is lovely to have all the blister packs. They're perforated, you tear them off and you say, this is Monday, and that's AM, and that's PM, and etc. It might even make it easier for your mom if she's taking care of her mother too, because that's hard. All right, so let's go to traveling. If you are traveling, join my Patreon channel for $6.50. That's Mr. B's little thing he put out there for you. So there's the link. If you are traveling, I would suggest that you when you get back from your trip, this is important. When you get back from your trip, if it's in the afternoon, take your suitcases out of the car and take them kind of to the laundry area. If it's late afternoon, don't even bother with them. But if it's early afternoon or morning, then you can unload the suitcases. So open them up, get all the dirty laundry separated out and ready to wash, put away all of your cosmetics and skincare and all those things. Get your clean clothes put away, put the suitcases away. If you get in late or you're just worn out, then wait till the next day. The first full day at home is a rest day, and you just do laundry and put up your suitcases and rituals. Now, I'm going to go over rituals for the newer people. I've got new people on my Patreon channel who are saying, I don't know about the rituals. So I'm going to tell you about the rituals now. I've got to answer 2 questions first, though, or read the comments. Naleen said, my teenage son just cleaned my freezer out and wiped it down for no reason. He is noticing the differences in the house, and he's now contributing without even asking. I can't believe it. That is a blessing, Naleen. That is a true blessing. What a good guy. Rachel said, I just watched an old video of yours about how everything is a project. I loved your idea of having a personal project book. Is that something you still do, or could you talk more on it? I can. I'm going to talk about rituals first, and then we'll talk about projects. And we've got about 15 minutes, so I think I can do it. So rituals. Rituals are just the things we do regularly every single day. I call them rituals because I feel like they're for you, like a personal ritual to help you have a better life. Because truly, these things that we do, these routines, that was the word I was trying to think of, these routines that we do, these rituals, the family, especially your kids, they don't usually care if you do those things. And let's go over them and you'll see why. But they make a difference in your life. The morning ritual is get up, go into the bathroom, wash your face, moisturize your skin, put on makeup if you choose to, fix your hair, put your clothes on, put your pajamas away, wipe out the sink, swish the toilet bowl, make your bed, go into the kitchen, empty the dishwasher or dish rack, and make yourself a cup of coffee. That's your morning ritual. Now, there are other things that we do in the morning. Laundry. I suggest you put your laundry in right after you start the coffee or right before. Put a load of laundry in. Get that going early. Other things that we do in the morning, you might have to let the cat out or clean the kitty litter or feed the dog or whatever it is. You know, you have little things. You may want to, I open all the windows. These pull down. So I open them. And so we have light in the morning. And it's part of my nighttime ritual. Lock the door. Larry usually locks the door, and one of us closes all the windows in here. So you'll have little things to do, but that's your morning ritual. Now, it's also a time that some people want to exercise. Maybe you're taking your shower in the morning. Maybe you are saying prayers in the morning or doing a little Bible study in the morning or playing games in the morning to get your mind going. Whatever it is, give yourself time to accomplish that. But don't say, oh, my morning rituals take 2 hours. No, your morning ritual takes 30 minutes. The one that I just gave you, that one is 30 minutes. If you add a shower in the morning instead of at night, add 15 minutes. If you are going to do a myriad of things around the house in the morning, opening windows, letting the dog out, feeding the cat, you know, making breakfast for your children. See me, Larry?
Yes. You're back.
Okay. My sister Marty just called me. She must not realize that we're live. And I have my do not disturb on. I don't know why it came through. But anyway, and it makes me forget where I was. Oh, yeah, all those little things. Hello, P. Thompson. So those little things take not very long. I mean, those are 10, 15 minutes. But if you're adding in Bible study and you've allotted yourself time, let's say you're going to do it for 20 minutes. I have a timer, but I left it over there. But set your timer. If you're doing prayers and you know how long you want to pray, set your timer. Because when we get involved in Bible study and prayer, we can just stay there. We can just totally stay there. And then 2 hours later, we're saying, oh, my morning routine takes me so long. Nope. You got to set a timer. So let's say that you have an extra hour of things you want to do in the morning. So it's an hour and 30 minutes. If your day needs to get going after that, let's say you have to go to work, your payroll, and it takes you an hour and 30 minutes and you need to leave the house at 7, then you have to get up at 5:30. That's an hour and a half. If you're an at-home person and it's, no, we're not doing homeschooling right now. Some people do it year-round, and that's fine. But let's say you want to start homeschooling at 9. Then you have to say, okay, then I want to get this done an hour and a half early. So 9 minus an hour and a half is 7:30. I need to get up at 7:30. And if you want to get your quick clean done in the morning with the help of the kids, add another 30 minutes. And if you want to get your, what else do we want to do in the morning? Your area of focus done, that's 15 minutes. So add that in. So you really have to use a schedule, just like, well, it is a job. Being at home is a job, and you need to take it seriously. You can't, and listen, it's not because I haven't done these things myself. I have done these things myself. Where I would get up and I would have a cup of coffee, which led to another cup of coffee, which led to the New York Times games, which led to, and before you know it, 3 hours are gone and I've done nothing but have a cup of coffee or two. So if you're going to have a cup of coffee, then set your timer for 20 minutes if you're one of those people and say, okay, this is part of my morning ritual. The actual real morning ritual only takes 30 minutes, but I'm adding this to it. Okay? Or 45 minutes if you're having to take a shower. And some of you have a really complex hair problem, like super curly hair. I know my hair is curly, believe it or not, and I keep it straight because it's so much work, and I know it takes a whole lot more time. And so if you have curly hair, you have to add that time in. And if you're not a morning person, then you still have to do your morning ritual. You have to do those. But there are other things. Maybe you don't want to do your cleaning and you don't want to do your area work, your focus area, your zone, used to be called zone, your area of focus, first thing in the morning. Maybe you feel better doing that at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's fine. But you have to have a schedule. So when you schedule your day, it's just like you're at a job and you have a schedule. You can't, if you're a nurse, you can't go in and say, today I think I'll check on the patients. Today I think I'll work in the lab. Today I think, and you can't do that. It's coordinated and everybody has a job to do and it has to be done at a certain time, or a procedure has to be done step by step. And that's the same thing with what we're doing in our home. Okay? So think about that. In any job, a corporate job is the same way. I ran a call center. My call lines opened at 8 a.m. Everybody had to be ready and prepared to answer the calls when the calls came in at 8 a.m. And they had to take their break at a specific time because we had people scheduled to cover each other's breaks. And it's just the way it is. And when you're at home, you're a professional. This is your home and you're taking care of it. It shouldn't take you all day. I want you to get it done so you can enjoy your day and enjoy your time in your home. Okay, now we're going to talk about projects. We've got about 5 minutes. A project is generally, I mean, everything is a project, it's true. But let's say that your whole house, you're just starting, and your whole house is messy, and you've got little clutter stacks everywhere, or maybe big clutter stacks everywhere, and in the drawers they're bulging out with things, and in the closets you don't want to open them because they're like the Monica closet on Friends and everything will fall out. You have to, and that's overwhelming. When you have to attack something like that and you walk in, you just want to turn around and walk back out because it just takes your breath away. It's too much. So you have to break it into little pieces. So that's why I say everything is a project, because a project is when you break everything into little pieces. Now, there are certain things that we do projects in our home, and there are certain things where we just go for 15 minutes and in the area of focus for that day. And then the area of focus for the next day. We only have 4 days of areas of focus if you're an at-home homemaker, or 1 day if you're a payroll homemaker. It's 15 minutes 4 times a week. For at-home homemakers, it's 1 hour on Saturday morning. For payroll homemakers, or Saturday at 2 if you must. And eventually you'll go through the whole house. That's the whole idea of going through these areas of focus. So you start with the entryway for a week, and then you work in the kitchen for a week, and then you work in the an other room, which could be a hall bathroom, it could be a laundry room, it could be your game room, doesn't matter, a guest room, the children's room. And then the next week you work in your bedroom, and then the next week you work in the living area. That's how we split it up. But if you have, for example, you have a game room, or I'll say a project room, a sewing room, something like that, a quilting room. You've got a room, or maybe you sew and you quilt and you do beading and you have everything in that room, and it's just everything plus everything else that you didn't want the neighbors to see when they came over, and you crammed it in that room and it stayed there for years. So that room is going to be super overwhelming, or the garage or the attic or the basement. Those tend to be areas where we hide things. And that room is where you would stop doing areas of focus and you would work on a project until it's done. And here's how you work on a project. You take a piece of paper, and at the top you write the name of the project. So let's call it basement. So you'd write basement. In the top right hand corner you write start date, and you would put today's date or tomorrow's date, whenever you're going to start. Under that you're going to write end date, but you're going to leave that empty for a little bit. Okay? So you can stop this video and write that down. Then you're going to write your vision statement. And it goes on it's the first couple of paragraphs on the paper. So write vision statement. And this is what the room is going to look like and how you're going to use it once it's complete. So in the example of a basement, my basement is going to be clean and streamlined. I will store in the storage closet all of the camping gear in individual buckets. I will have tubs, whatever you want to call them. I will have a game area with our couch and our television and all of our electronics. We will have a workout area, and whatever it's going to look like for you, you're going to describe it. This is your vision, so that when you walk in there, when it's done, it's going to look like your vision statement. Then under that, you're going to write another couple of paragraphs titled mission statement. And these are the big things you're going to do to get this done. So let's say I'm going to throw away all the trash first. I'm going to take all the boxes to the dump, or I'm going to put all the boxes outside for the garbage man, for the recycle man, or whatever it is. You know what your plan is for your city. I'm going to have my husband help me move the old desk out and give it to my sister. You know, just the big things. You're going to write that down. Then you're going to make a list down the left side of the page. And it's going to be when you walk into the attic, a basement, if you turn to your left or your right, you're going to make a decision. Let's say you're going to the left, so you're going to go clockwise. Okay, or you can go to the right and go counterclockwise, but we're going to go clockwise. So you look at the left and you see stuff that you haven't already addressed, right? And you say, okay, there's 5 boxes here. I don't know what's in them, so I've got to go through these boxes. So, right, go through 5 boxes one at a time. And then you can think, these boxes are new. I know what's in here. These are the kids' toys and clothes and some papers. So I'm going to say that it's going to take me about 15 minutes on this top box, about 30 minutes on this next box, about 10 minutes on this box, and this one's just garbage. And you're going to add those times up. So 15 and 10 is 25 plus 30, so it's 55 minutes, and you're going to put 55 minutes to the side. Then you're going to go to the next thing you see, and you're going to do the same thing. So you can say move the desk, and that's going to be a star because your husband has to do that, and you have to wait on him. So that's going to be extra time, but you don't know how long. And you go all around the room like that. Once you've got all the times out by the side, then you're going to add all those times up. So you'll have so many minutes. I don't know how many minutes. It could be 1,000. It could be 5,000. So we're going to take that number. Let's say it's 1,200 minutes. And you're allowing yourself to work in this room for, I'll allow you 1 to 2 hours a week. So let's say you choose 2 hours. So you take 1,200 and you divide it by 120 because 60 minutes plus 60 minutes is 120. So 1,200 divided by 120 is 10 weeks. If my math is right, 120, yeah, 10 weeks. So that's 10 weeks is how long it'll take you to do the work. But because 10 weeks is a long time, you need to go look at your calendar and see if you've got any vacation planned or any doctor's days, things that are going to make it longer. And so maybe it comes out to 12 weeks or 11 weeks. And then because it's longer than 3 weeks, I want you to add 1 week for every 3 weeks as slippage. So it's 11 weeks. So you're going to divide that by 3, and that's almost 4 weeks. So you're going to add another 4 weeks. So now we're up to 15 weeks. Now you're going to go to your calendar and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 15. And you're going to get that date, and that's going to be your end date. And then you're going to start working that plan. That's your plan. If you freak out because it's going to take so long, I want you to know that this room has looked like this for a lot longer than 15 or 16 weeks. It's looked like this for a long time. And your idea is that's your light at the end of the tunnel. So let's say that it's July, August, September, October, November. So by November the 15th, this room is going to be done. You can think, wow, by Thanksgiving, when we have family over, they can come down here and play games together. It's going to look like I envision, like my vision statement. So that's how you do a program, a project, okay? All right, that's it for today. I hope you have a great day. Let me make sure there's no other comments. That's it. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I see you next week at the same time, and I hope you always remember to be beautiful because you are beautiful. Bye.